It's a bull. Good morning. Hey, what's up? This is Brian Kuzmar with Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals in beautiful Lauderdale by the Sea. I didn't put up my fish cams today because the water clarity out there is just pure muddy. Couldn't see anything. So I have my old standby live Lauderdale by the Sea cam, and of course, you know, this is the one I've been using for a long time. It is I want to say it's a beautiful day because it's always a beautiful day when you're not taking a dirt nap. That's my opinion, at least. And it's a beautiful day out there. And it's you know what, South Florida, even when it's rainy, it's still beautiful. You know, it's just a great place to live. For those of you who are not familiar with this is the live Lauderdale by Beach cam. And if you walk out to this pier and walk straight back, straight down this street where my arrow is going, about 2 or 3 blocks, my store is on the right-hand side, Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals. And let's move into what my topic is today. I'm going to hit that little escape button there, and I wanted to discuss a couple different types of folks I've met out there in the precious metal stacking world for silver and gold. And there's 2 types of people out there. There's the folks that are looking at this as wealth preservation, and there's the folks out there that look at precious metals as a means to get rich or a means to make a lot of money quickly. And I want to kind of explain the difference between the two. One of the things that I've noticed that if someone goes into precious metals, if you're buying gold and silver as a way of wealth preservation, you're preserving your wealth, you're kind of a way of saving money, then you're going to do well, because patience leads to power, but eagerness and greed leads to loss. And eagerness to greed is basically what you see in a certain amount of folks out there that have gotten into the precious metals business of stacking, stacking gold and silver bars and coins. They were under the illusion that we were going to see a massive, quick jump up in price. They were going to get rich, and again, that's a whole different mindset than people that are kind of buying gold and silver and putting it away as a form of wealth preservation, with the knowledge that they could make a lot of money, and it's very potential they will make a lot of money down the road, because when prices of precious metals do start to go up, and they will, it's just a matter of timing, and we don't know exactly when that's going to happen. However, you can never go wrong, again, putting this stuff away as a form of wealth preservation. When it does hit its bubble, all markets seem to hit their bubbles. Gold and silver will be no different than the stock market when it hits a bubble at some point. When it's just like any other market. And the smart sellers, the guys that are in it for wealth preservation, will, it's not about greed. It's about preserving what they have. So they're not going to run into super risky investments. So last thing you're going to see is a gold stacker that's in this for wealth preservation, selling all his gold so he can move into cryptos, or so he can move into this market. Does this mean you don't sell your gold and silver if you see a great opportunity? Yes. But what kind of opportunities are out there? You've got wealth preservation opportunities, and usually those don't involve getting rich quickly. I mean, they can. And then you've got the people that are just looking for the newest way to make a lot of money. And those are the 2 types of people that we have in this industry. We have people that view this simply as a way of building wealth, and the other folks that view this as a way of getting rich quick. The people that view this as a way of building wealth, there's a certain peacefulness to them. They don't panic when they see the prices go down. They do see it as an opportunity to kind of cost average a little bit lower or buy some more. And again, some of them just don't even care. Hey, listen, that's just a transitional spot price. That's just a transitional point that we're going through with precious metals. How do you like how I use that word transitional? It seems to be pretty popular now. But it's transitional, so they don't worry about it, And again, they're not sitting there staring at the screen and screaming at the screen when it pops down a little bit. Damn it, why didn't you double? That's the other folks. That's the folks that kind of move in and out of these markets, and there's a place for those folks if they learn how to day trade. It's not the physical markets, though. So, and I've met these people. These people come in, well, I've owned this silver for the last year. I've owned this gold for the last year, and it hasn't gone anywhere. I'm going to go over and trade it and go into cryptos. You know who they are. And the waiting place. You're probably wondering why I put this up here. Oh, the places you'll go, because this kind of describes the people that are looking to get rich in precious metals. Those very same people that'll sell their gold and silver and tell me I got to buy cryptos or something along those lines, or I'm going to put it back in the stock market or this stock or Tesla or whatever it may be. Which I think is probably a safer move than cryptos, but I don't want to go there right now. And the people that are in it to get rich, they're constantly waiting. They're waiting for, they're staring at the screen all the time. They're waiting for that price to move up. The impatience is there. And that's a greed factor as well. And it's not very helpful it's not helpful if you're buying gold or silver. If you've got that type of mentality that you want to get rich quick, or you want to make a lot of money quickly, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. You need to do it in other places. Maybe the crypto markets, like I said, Las Vegas is a good place to get rich quick if you know how to play the game. Well, you don't get rich quick, you can get poor quick as well. And that applies to even these investments, no less. Gold and silver is not like that. Again, it's about building wealth preservation. And I gave my nephew this book, the Places You'll Go. It's probably one of the best motivational books ever made, motivational and self-help books ever made. It's kind of in a cartoon format. Some of you may be laughing and going, but really, if you ever read this book, it's really made for adults. And the problem, as I said, for these get rich quick or people that just bought gold and silver just to make a lot of money and wealth preservation wasn't a part of it, they're in the waiting place, and they're waiting for the train to go or for a bus to come or a plane to go or the mail to come, waiting for a fish to bite or waiting for the wind to fly a kite. Another chance. Everyone is just waiting, and that's not for us. As I say, that's not for us. Somehow we'll escape all that waiting and staying, and you'll find that the right places where boom bands are playing. And where the boom bands are playing? Boom bands are playing in wealth preservation, folks, not getting rich quick. And that's all about enjoying the ride as we go. That means all the ups and downs with gold and silver. If you're in it for wealth preservation, if you're in it for getting rich quickly, then you're going to just be disappointed and probably need antacids most of the time. Well, just my opinion. Let me move along here, but you have to ask yourself, why am I in gold and silver? If you're in it for wealth preservation, I'd recommend you stick with it, and you're going to do fine. You're going to do great, actually. You're going to be very happy at some point. However, don't ever say you're never going to sell your gold, because when gold gets, hopefully if I'm still around and I'm still doing these videos, when gold gets to bubble territory, hopefully I'll recognize it, and we do need to sell some of that. And then go back and buy something that's really cheap, maybe a stock with a real fundamental or something like that. We'll buy back in the gold afterwards, when things settle down a little bit. But I believe gold and silver will get in bubble territory like it always has and every other market does. It's just the natural process of things, it seems. So again, let's move along to some spot prices here. And what was I saying all week? Jackson Hole is tomorrow, I think. Jawbone, Powell jawbones, and the rest of the bankers jawbone. We've got some weakness in the markets here. We were looking at that above 18 level earlier in the week. Now we're kind of sub 18 by just a tad. That's like a psychological point too. I brought that up so many times, but these even levels on gold, 1800, 1900, they're psychological levels that traders actually, they trade on that, short people want to keep it below 1800. The longs want it above 1800. It's like a battle line. It's almost like a battle line that's set, or maybe the 50-yard line on a football field, There's a psychological impact of just being able to go above it or below it just by a tad. It feels like a win, but that's typical of our game-like mentality that humans have. That's why we like football, I guess, too. You set a line, and whoever gets beyond that other line, even if it's a fractional amount, usually is the winner. Let's again, overnight market 1782, a high of 1792 after New York's close. And I'm going to, little observation I'll make here in a minute. Silver, 23.67 currently, 23.50 low, 23.89. We're popping that $24 mark too. Another psychological, 24, 25, 26. Those are psychological marks as far as trading goes. And platinum, look at it, just below $1,000. What am I talking? Again, psychological numbers, just below $1,000 a little bit. A war between the longs and the shorts. Paper, simply paper trades and a bunch of bullshit, folks. However, when you see these downs, it does provide us a wonderful opportunity to buy the dips for you wealth preservation people. And I don't know what to tell you, the folks that are looking to get rich quick. Buy the dips, I guess. But who knows if it's going to be quick, too. So my little observation here, what I've noticed with these markets is that it's been getting kicked in New York, mostly, in little increments. Last week it did, then it kind of bumped up again. I think in the overnight markets, actually, is where we've seen the up markets. And then it gets kicked down in little increments in New York. So I think the monkey hammering is coming out of the New York markets early morning and throughout the day. Nothing big, no big takedowns early in trading or during the thin trading hours, but little increments, and it all seems to be coming out of New York right now. I don't know what that means exactly. Sometimes I don't know. I don't know what it means. So I just can tell you it's happening out of New York, not out of the overnight markets. Let's take a look at gata.org and see what's going on. And for you new folks out here, this is a great site to know who the players are, how they play the game, who the casino is. If you are a stacker, a wealth builder, and I guess even a guy that wants to get rich, you need to have this on your website or on your bookmark bar, because these guys are the smartest guys out there for sure when it comes to precious metals, knowing how the game is rigged and who rigs it. Nothing new to read here. We kind of went over all this stuff, and I hope you folks that have been watching me for a while do have this site bookmarked on your bar and are reading it at least once a week. It's good news, folks. It's good to know this stuff. Very important, and it'll help you make better trades. Kind of an interesting article here under another. I've been reading a American Institute for Economic Research for some time. Excellent, high level of journalism, and talks about a lot of economic. It's basically all about economics and politics because it ties in with each other, and probably one of the best. I highly recommend it if you're into economics, politics. Definitely put AIER on your bookmark bar. You will be a smarter bear for doing this. Smarter than the average bear, as Yogi would say. And I cannot read these articles to you folks. I'd like to. They're kind of lengthy and very heady. No less. There's a certain amount of you out there that really like this kind of stuff. I did highlight something in this article. And again, this article is about... sorry about that. Didn't talk about what this particular decentralized stable coins. And I know some of you are into this stuff. The real peer-to-peer electronic cash systems. I'm not an expert, and I'm not a person that can sit here and talk about cryptos because, again, I'm not an expert. I'm an expert in rare coins, rare paper money, and precious metals, but not in this particular field. So I read a lot about it as much as I can. And one of the things that I took away from this article was this down here. As far as electronic cash goes, Bitcoin is a spent rocket. By blazing the way for blockchains, and again, the rest of the article is just as good. I just found this interesting. By blazing the way for blockchains such as BitShares and Ethereum that were capable of hosting decentralized stablecoins, Nakamoto's creation got the electronic cash movement out of the atmosphere. BitUSD, the first decentralized stablecoin, was built using BitShares. As for Ethereum, its founders adopted Bitcoin decentralization and added the ability to write programs to the mix, which gave birth to DAI, the largest destabilized stablecoin, and Ray, who I'm not familiar with, and now I'm going to look them up. However, he does say down here, but now that decentralized stablecoins have arrived, Bitcoin is no longer a key part of the electronic cash trajectory, which isn't to say Bitcoin is no longer useful. However, Bitcoin still has a role to play as a globally popular speculative token. That's what I found interesting. Bitcoin for the longest time was being touted as a form of cash, a form of money. And I said for the longest time, not because I didn't like Bitcoin and the technology, it is not money. period. It is not money. If it was, you could call it a very volatile fiat currency. And I always said that. Got some people that didn't like that. However, it's very true. And kind of what this gentleman's saying here, Bitcoin does has a role to play as a globally popular speculative token. I'm all for that, man. But let's call it what it is. And I think that's a great term, a speculative token to make money on. Nothing wrong with that. I'm a capitalist. As long as no one's harming each other, I'm cool with this stuff. As long as it's fair, and and fair means that you can lose money. Again, speculative is the key word here. So it's time for, as this gentleman points out in this article, it's time for decentralized stablecoins to take their place as the real peer-to-peer electronic cash system. That frightens me as well, because I kind of think that's where we're going with central banks are going to create their own digital coins, and I think probably countries will create their own digital dollars, and they'll be able to control it. They'll be able to turn it on and off. There's going to be a lot of bad things. I don't like the idea of a cashless society, folks. You should not either. You should resist it. Kicking and screaming the whole way. I will, for sure. It's just dangerous. If it was run by some private entity that was godlike or had such great intentions and you could trust, fine, but not by the governments, not by central banks. Don't trust them, folks. That's my opinion. Good article here again. Highly recommend you bookmark this particular site, and this particular one was written by J.P. Koenig. Decentralized stablecoins, the real peer-to-peer electronic cash. I'm going to go back just to kind of show you what the front page of this looks like. And there's some really great articles. I just shared this one with some friends, and some other articles on here that are really good as well. But again, I probably won't be reading them to you in the future because they are long and we can spend an hour just reading them. But I am going to start pointing some great stuff out for you to read for yourself. Let's move along. Let's move along to Zero Hedge. And as you know, some of you may say, "Oh, it's Zero Hedge." What I like about it is alternative, yeah. Multiple viewpoints, multiple opinions, and none of them are really dumb. And I like that. I like to be given, when it comes to economic politics, multiple viewpoints, multiple opinions, and as opposed to a single serving narrative that you would get with almost all corporate news. Not almost all corporate news. They all do it. None of them give you multiple opinions and ideas that you could, think for yourself. They want to think for you. Well, that's just, long-winded reason why you should read ZH. But they do have good alternative ideas and alternative thoughts and opinions, which is something I think that's very important. Not too much in precious metals. Again, they haven't been doing a lot of precious metals articles on here. However, a lot of this stuff does tie into, black swan event happening. I don't think this is a black swan event right here. I think basically it's a diversion to keep your attention off other things going on. There's a whole bunch of diversions out there. What are they, what are they trying to keep our attentions off of because of this and because of the other things, which I'd rather not mention because of this. Like I said, this and this are probably keeping our minds off something else that should be pretty obvious right now. Maybe it's a collapsing economy. Oh boy, where did I go with that? Okay, I think I lost that. No, I didn't lose that page. I'm still learning how to use my Apple. One wrong button, I'll screw it all up. Jackson Hole tomorrow. Again, we're starting to see precious metals prices slide a little bit before Jackson Hole. Not in a huge way, but we could see that major monkey hammer happen, I think, either tomorrow, at some point during the day. More than likely, I don't know. It would have to be towards the end of the day, I think, not so much in the morning. More than likely. I think you'll see prices creep down a little bit tomorrow. And what they're trying to do is create the sense that the precious metals are going to drop. I believe this is all pre-planned as far as monkey hammerings go. They wait for slow markets, holidays when nobody's trading, thinly traded markets where nobody in their right mind would sell anything, and they wait for central banks to speak, especially Powell and the Fed. So we'll probably see the monkey hammering happen, if it happens in a big way, late tomorrow. Kind of doubt early, maybe in the afternoon, but I'm thinking later tomorrow or Sunday night. when everyone starts to digest it and they have their best chance of really monkey hammering it, selling it into a market nobody would sell it into. Again, that's just my opinion. If it doesn't happen, let's see what happens on Monday next week. I'm getting ready tomorrow. I've got to resupply my inventory, so I'm probably going to do it tomorrow or Monday. I don't think that you're going to see prices just shoot way to hell up on Monday unless we have some economic news that does otherwise. I do feel we could get monkey hammered Monday by Monday, between tomorrow and Monday, but I don't think we're going to see prices go up dramatically on Monday. So me personally, and I'm taking a stab at this, I'm going to restock some of my silver inventory either tomorrow or on Monday. Tomorrow, given the fact that they might monkey hammer it, Monday they might monkey hammer it, and even if they don't, I don't think it's going to go up too much on Monday, so I'll still be buying at a good level. I'm speaking for myself, and the other dealers that are listening, take that advice at your own caution. What else is going on out here? We are 3 feet from gold. Hold up fast. Do not give up. Interesting. I didn't see that article. Well, let's quickly quick it real quick. Quickly quick it real quick. I'll say that 3 times fast. No, it's a radio TV show by someone trying to sell their goods, and I hope they're doing well. Let's see, what else is happening here? Oh, nothing good, really. I mean, a word about tapering. The Fed's going to talk about tapering. That's going to knock prices down a little bit if they do, or if they say they're going to. If they say they're going to taper, then you're going to see a big hit probably, again, between now and Monday. If they actually say they're going to do it. If they hint around to doing it, you could still likely maybe see a big hit. So let's see what happens. Futures coiled ahead of Jackson Hole. A lot of markets wait for these Powell to jawbone markets up or down. Again, this is all fake, manipulated bullshit, folks. What is Powell going to say? If he says this, it'll go up. If he says this, it'll go down. So, now central banks, not only do they control the money source, they control the fucking markets too. Excuse me. It's true, though. Pre-Jackson Hole, good on you, Texas Gov. And total number of Americans on the dole rebounded back to 12 million. So unemployment is not, we've still got big issues with unemployment. We've still got big issues with the numbers. What I said for the long time is we were going to see some positive numbers come out after the 2020 closures. We were definitely, it's a dead cat bounce, so to speak. You're going to see a bounce there. However, those numbers are going to taper off and start to either go sideways or downwards now. They're talking about stagflation is the big word right now, so I'm not quite sure what to call it. Deflation, stagflation, inflation, hyperinflation. I don't think they know what the hell they're doing. Not much. South Korea actually raises their rates a little bit. That's kind of interesting. Let's see what the Fed does again tomorrow. And again, we're going to skip along here. I hope you guys are reading ZH and making sense of it yourself and seeing how it applies to precious metals. Let's move on to yesterday's video, which was about avoid online sellers. Now, I could tell there was a couple folks out there that didn't bother watching the videos because I don't say that the online sellers are bad, evil. In fact, they're probably really good companies with nice people running them. I advertise to beat Atmex, SD&J, and Bullion. I wouldn't mention their name if I didn't think they were a good company. However, I'm a competitive dude, and I'm simply saying that I can beat their prices. And I think your local dealer should be able to, could and should be able to. And, that's my opinion. And again, not saying anything bad about the online sellers. I just think that you need to keep that money local. That's one of my big things, keeping that freaking money local, keeping it in your community. Some of you may not care about your community, and there's not much I can say to you. Maybe rightfully so. Maybe you live in one of these states that are just hate their people and treat them badly. In that case, but you're still hurting your local merchants, and you're still hurting your local people. You're not hurting your local government when you're doing that, folks. So again, I still got to say, buy local. The other complaint I hear is, well, I don't have a good local dealer. I don't have someone I can go to. Well, you may have to drive, folks. If you have to drive an hour to find someone in your state, it's still keeping it in your community, in your state, in your local. It's still keeping it with a local business rather than shipping that money out of state where you will never see it again. Again, I'm not dissing these large online companies. There's some that probably do need to be dissed, but the ones I talk about I think are respectable big companies. However, I and many local businesses do but many could and should be able to match or beat the prices of some of these guys. And the excuse is going to be, well, we can't buy in the volume that they can. Well, that's bullshit, because I know that small dealers all over the country, they take the big boys' margins. Say, for example, there's a buy price out there by Atmex, SD, or JM, a buy and a sell price. All the little guys know what that price is, and they'll go and offer to buy it for a little bit more than Atmex, a little bit less. So everyone's trading outside and inside the margins, especially the smaller dealers. So they can definitely easily beat the larger dealers in prices. The other area that local small dealers can beat the large guys online is person-to-person, face-to-face sales. Talking to someone on the phone, actually developing a relationship, loyalty, all kinds of great stuff, folks, that a lot of you that are buying online are completely missing. You're completely missing it. The other thing that I think is a major issue is that when you are going to want to sell your precious metals sometime, are you going to want to box it up and ship it to FedEx? Yeah, I know you got it that way, but remember, the guys that ship it to you have special insurance, cheap shipping rates, and we still have a fairly reliable shipping system. But in the future, will that system be as reliable? Can you get that great shipping rate? Can you get the insurance? What happens if the package gets lost? What happens if, but go local. Trust me, when you go to sell, you definitely want to go local, because the other thing you can do is, you don't know, and I'm not saying any of the companies I'm talking about, but you don't know, for example, if you're dealing with one of the companies I'm not talking about, if they're going belly up. They wouldn't tell you. It's not going to be in the news. You're going to ship your package to them, and they're going to have your gold and silver, and then you're going to hear in the news next day that they're declaring Chapter 7, Chapter 11. It's happened to me, folks, with the companies. I've lost money through. I almost lost a lot of money through a good company that got taken down through no fault of their own. So that could happen to any of these online companies. It's less likely to happen on a face-to-face transaction with a dealer. If you're going into a local coin dealer, trust me, if he's about to go belly up a big day, the next day, you're going to see that in his eyeballs for the most part, especially if he's been around for a while and is a good dealer. If he's a scammer, then you probably shouldn't be there anyway, because scammers don't last long, and you can usually tell a scammer because your gut tells you you're dealing with one. Well, long-winded reasons why you should keep the stuff local, and didn't mean to go off on that. And let me talk about some of the yesterday's comments, and let's see what we got going on here. I'd like to thank all these folks for watching, of course, and boy, thank you, sir. Let me remind me of taking a sip of that. Let's see. Eric says, being a fisherman, I prefer the snook cam in Deerfield. I do too, Eric. Sometimes if you see me not using it, and I'm a fisherman, but I do like showing the little tropical fish too. They're pretty cool. I own a tropical fish tank, so I like them both. But no less, I do like the fisher. I like the snook photos and the live cam with the fish. However, like today, you can't even see. It's like muddy. The water's muddy. So when you don't see me showing those cams, it's usually because the water clarity is terrible. Sonny Jim says local shops claim to be out. I use Provident and Hero. I'm not familiar with neither one of those. Hopefully they're doing well for you, Sonny Jim. Local shops may be out, but the thing is ask them if you can do a pre-order. If you trust them, it's not a big deal. If they're placing an order or they're looking for silver, and when I'm completely out, even when I've oversold ounces, I will still take orders. I'll just place a bigger order for whoever's ordering from me. So ask him if he can place an order for you. You don't mind waiting a little while. And there is some wait times out there. There's some funky stuff going on there with precious metals, folks. I'm starting to wonder if these premiums are going to stay as low as they are. So far, my sources have been excellent. So I'm doing all right, but I don't know about other people across the country and other small dealers too. And I haven't been looking at the big online sellers, if their premiums are going up or down either. Most likely up, especially on 90%. 90% for some reason is going crazy. Nobody should think about listening to Powell. I agree with you 100%. Thanks for watching, Ron. And Trent says you have to because 75% of their inventory is gone. Well, as far as silver buying from your local dealers, yeah, your inventory can get pretty wiped out. But again, if you're a good dealer, it's not too hard just to place an order and put a customer's name on it. If customers want me to place an order and I don't have a product in stock, of course I make them pay it in full because I got to pay it in full. But they pay it in full. They're locked in at that price, and as soon as the product shows up, yeah, they come pick it up. Pretty easy. I don't know why local dealers can't do that as well. But again, find someone, if he won't do it, trendsetter, find someone that will, even if you have to drive an hour. I'm telling you, it's worth it. Silver says waiting for the next bottom. Maybe premiums will drop a bit. Premiums already did drop, Silver Loving Lou. Nice name, by the way, pretty cool. I guess you love silver. They have dropped, and they've been dropped for a little while now. I don't think they're going to get any cheaper than they were. And 90% prices are already going up. Again, let's see what happens this week with monkey hammering. Maybe by Monday we may see some monkey hammering. JVF Mastering, thanks for the daily report. And thank you for watching, sir. I really appreciate that. Rain Bird says, I appreciate your updates and the time you take, and I appreciate you just as much, all of you, watching and taking the time out of your day to listen to me. My whole goal here is to bring in local business for myself, for my local customers, because I don't sell online and I don't sell over the phone or anything, so I only do face-to-face business in my brick-and-mortar store. However, for the folks out there listening to me outside my area, I hope I'm teaching you something, and that's kind of the point of the videos as well, teaching my local customers, and not inadvertently, but also teaching the people that aren't in my area. I'm cool with that, and I think a happy, educated customer is a good customer for me. What else here? Metals dropped like a rock after the FOC meeting. Yeah, we're going to see that. Thanks for watching, Mr. Williams. And Happy Nomadic says, is the future a possibility government will tax all transactions? They're already taxing transactions in precious metals. It's called capital gains, I believe. You are obligated to pay tax on your profits on gold, just like you would if you sold a classic car, a piece of art, or a rare coin. It's taxed the same way, folks. Don't forget that. Don't get yourself in trouble either. If you're not sure about the tax implications of your precious metals, you need to talk to your accountant or someone that knows what they're doing. Don't get your information online. Find a good person that knows what they're talking about. William Fender says $3.5 trillion spending package has been passed by the House. Well, it's got by the House. Let's see if it gets by the Senate. I'm kind of thinking, I read a good article this week that says this will not pass. The Federal Reserve is going to throw Joe Biden and his people under the bus with this big bill. So I don't think it's going to pass either, now that I'm looking at it. But you never know. Both sides seem to be big suck-ups and are willing to take whatever money they can get for their own personal pet projects. So give me one second, another sip of coffee here. John Cook says, I don't think the shorts will try to take it down next Sunday. There isn't enough lungs out there that put stops in since the last. Well, that's kind of interesting. There isn't people that put enough stops out there. That's kind of a way, good look at it. I was thinking because you were going to say because they don't have enough money, and don't forget these people have endless money, so they're never going to run out of money to be able to take it down. But maybe there's not enough stops to make it worthwhile, stops to run through. Good point, John Cook. Thanks for bringing that up. Tree Climber, yeah, Cape Coral is a beautiful place. Oh, I can't even pronounce it. Calahoochee River and the Gulf of Mexico is all beautiful through there. Thanks for watching, Tree Climber. I appreciate it. And good trip. Okay. Chris says, I think platinum will rise when hydrocell batteries really take off. Yeah, industrial uses is a good point, and will always help any kind of metal. And Joey from Seattle says, GAT. I'm glad you're reading got it, Joey, and I hope the rest of you are as well. Thanks for explaining that a little bit. I was a little confused by Hugo Salinas' comparison of witchcraft and digital coin, but no less, yeah, I kind of got it now after you had mentioned that. I did read your reply here, sir, and I have to agree with you. Good call. Lee Ving says gold is priced. I made the comment that Bitcoin is priced in U.S. dollars. So if U.S. dollars go down in value, so will Bitcoin. And kind of a good, let me see if I can view the reply here. But gold is also priced in U.S. dollars, so that's irrelevant. I'd like to just reply, no, dollars are priced in gold. And I'd have to agree with that, Lee Ving. Dollars are priced in gold, not the other way around. Gold is real money, dollars are fiat. Bitcoin is fiat. So I believe that we're going to see, well, tough to say. Bitcoin is actually, from what I just read, and what my now belief is, it's a speculative token that you can make money on. So that's probably a better way to look at it. Thanks for watching, Lee. I really appreciate it. Michael says the shocks won't last long, and people said enough is enough. I agree with you. Well, was in my LCS, Chad says, and they were asking 29.50 and 19 times face unconstitutional. Unreal. I can usually get a good deal with them, but not this time. I'm not quite sure what they were asking $29.50 for, sir. I know that I have generics available for a really good price, and I've got 100-ounce bars available for spot plus $3 or less. And if we're at, like, say for example, we're at $23.50, $24, $29, $26, that makes them $26.50. Still $3 an ounce than your local dealer, cheaper. So I'm not sure what he had in stock that he was asking $29.50 for. I wouldn't have bought it either, so I can't blame you. As far as 90% goes, unfortunately, I don't think they're probably overpriced based on the current market conditions and the demand for 90. I'm absolutely blown away that the buy price, the wholesale buy prices on 90% are way the hell up. It's higher than 999 now. That never happens. I don't know what's going on, but there seems to be a huge shortage of constitutional silver. And that's not telling you folks to go out and buy it. Just because there's a big shortage doesn't mean I want you to buy it at these exaggerated, ridiculous prices. In fact, I'm putting a stop on 90% right now. As far as it's just about worth it to buy it, but I think right now a better deal is definitely going to be, wow, 75 cents an ounce cheaper than 10 ounce and 1 ounce bars and rounds are going to be 75 cents an ounce cheaper than 90% right now. So yeah, I'm going to say don't buy 90 and start buying 999 instead. It's cheaper. As far as 90% goes, if these premiums keep going higher, I may tell you to do what I told you to do a long time ago with Silver Eagles. And for those of you that did, you made a good trade. That's taking overpriced, over-premium silver and turning it into cheaper premium silver and stuffing that money or extra silver ounces in your pocket. I explained how to do it a while ago with Silver Eagles. Some of you made a good lick. Put more silver in your pocket or put extra money in your pocket and the same amount of silver. I may recommend that with 90% if I keep seeing it going up. So that's my opinion. What do you think the 903 boater says? So what do you think the American silver and gold eagle will have once the world rises? It was America. I don't think that matters. It doesn't matter at all, 903 boater. No, I don't think anybody cares where the silver or gold comes from, especially seasoned stackers and people that have been buying gold and silver just for its gold value. People that like pretty designs or you know, I guess if you're a Marxist living in somewhere, I don't even know where Marxists live. They live all over the world, but whatever country that hates America, yeah, you might melt your Silver Eagles, but I wouldn't worry about that at all. The only problem with Silver Eagles and Gold Eagles is the premiums are just too high. Thanks for watching 903 Boater. And Astronaut 128 says CBS is the only news outlet. You know, it's tough to say. I can't tell you I watch CBS, but you know, I'd find it hard to see that CBS is the only one. To me, all the corporate news, every single one of them has a single narrative viewpoint, which means that they have their opinion, and that's it, and they feed their opinion to the masses and tell the masses this is what they should think and believe. They don't offer any alternatives to that opinion or narrative, and when they do, it's usually in the form of bringing on somebody that's a crackpot or a wacko or somebody they can make fun of to have a different opinion just so they can make other opinions and narratives look crazy. I don't like corporate news at all. They're owned by a handful of people. I don't trust them. I don't like them, and I haven't watched them since 2008. And that includes CBS. Sorry about that, Astronaut. I just don't trust any of them. But I do appreciate you watching, and I thank you, and have yourself a great day, sir. And that applies to the rest of you. Thanks for watching the video. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, too. Where is that? There's the subscribe. I'm subscribed. And the like button I really appreciate as well. And if you get a chance, pass my videos around. I don't mind. I'm here to educate you. I can't make money off you if you don't live in my area. So, you know, I'm not asking you to pass my videos around to make money off you. So, and yeah, I know. I noticed that the guy that does my videos has been putting ads on some of my videos. I'm a little funky about it. I don't care about it. They don't pay you a crap anyway. It's not that I care, but no less, he seems to think that that if we put ads on our things, that more, you know, the algorithms will feed our stuff to more people. I don't know. I don't understand this stuff still, so I don't even know I should be discussing it either. He's probably going to smack me. Hey, best deals out there. Definitely not 90% right now. It looks like triple 900-ounce bars, 1s and 10-ounce bars are the best deals as far as mainstream products go, or recognizable products for the cheapest premium. That's what I'd recommend. We have great prices on them. I can beat the big online sellers if you need any of that stuff. If you need 90 and you absolutely have to have 90%, it's within 75 cents to 75 cents more per ounce than 100-ounce bars. Than 10s and 1s, and $1.50 an ounce more than 100-ounce bars. That's just crazy, but I still have a great deal on it. I'll give it to you at a wholesale level. I want to get rid of the rest of my 90%, so if you want it, you can come in and locals. This is for locals. Because again, I don't sell online. Locals, you can come in and buy my 90% at spot plus $3.50 if you're going to buy a decent quantity of it. Dimes and quarters, halves are a tiny bit more. You can come wipe me out, and you won't find it cheaper anywhere else. I can assure you that. I'm selling it at a flat wholesale level locally. As far as 100-ounce bars, I got them for spot plus $3 or less. That's a good deal. And as far as 1 ounce and 10-ounce bars, I got them for spot plus $3.75 or less. And guess what? I've got a special deal on silver Britannias, which I will sell for the same price as generic silvers. That's a hell of a deal, folks. Spot plus $3.75 or less. While the supplies last and while I can keep reordering this stuff. Well, that's really about it. As I said, I don't have to tell you why I think you need to buy local. I already told you along, so we'll skip this entirely. But hey, please buy local. And that's really about it. This is Brian Kuzmar with Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals in beautiful Lauderdale by the Sea. Call me anytime if you live in my area and you want to buy from us at 954-493-8811. Or if you got any questions. Listen, if you don't live in my area and you watch my videos, it's a little tough for me to talk to you during business hours or even after business hours, but hey, please make a comment below. And you know me, I'm good at answering comments, so I'm happy to do it. And that's really about it. Really appreciate you all watching. Thanks. Have yourself a great day, and let's see what happens tomorrow when the job owning starts. Talk to you soon. Bye.